Welcome to another episode of Halter, Skelter. I'm Tim, and with me, as always, are the best people on the planet, Anonymous Alex and Jenna. Anonymous Alex is giving me a weird look. What's wrong with that one?
Is it... No, nothing's wrong with it. Is it Halter, Skelter?
Yeah,
okay,
but different.
Okay, all
Like,
right.
Got it.
Halter,
Yeah.
Okay.
and we're looking for a storm, so shelter. Or we're looking for a place to hide from a
Yeah.
storm, so shelter.
Yeah.
So Halter, Skelter.
Halter, Shelter. I got in my own head because I was like, what if there's a something shelter that starts with an H and I don't know it? And now, I mean, the 99% of the time I feel like I don't need to know it. But for this one particular time, I thought I should know of any sort of emergency shelter, halter or otherwise.
Yes. I feel like that's accurate, though. You should always know of emergency shelters.
I should.
Did I say the thing? Anonymous Alex and Jenna. How are y'all this week? That thing? Did I do that?
Well, you didn't ask how we were. You just said I was giving you a weird look. But you did say the first part.
Okay. Well, then act like I said the second part.
Wait, no, you have to record the second part. Otherwise, it'll just be us going, yeah, for no reason.
No, I'm going to leave all this in. It'll be fine. I'm going to leave you questioning me.
Yeah.
There you go. Thanks, Jenna. You get it.
This is my first day.
Okay. So y'all remember last time that we read Bold and it was the prequel to the Eventing series?
Yeah.
Okay. This time we read the first half of the first book. And let me tell you, there were some opinions had about where I decided to stop the book, which I thought was right in the middle. So it should be good. And it turns out it wasn't a great place to stop reading a book.
It was a great I'm just going to take advantage of the fact that Jenna's mouth is glued shut with Laffy Taffy right now. It was a great place to stop for the intensity of us being like, wait, what the fuck?
Yeah.
It was terrible as the reader of this book that you made me stop and I couldn't keep reading.
Yeah.
It would have been a great spot to stop the episode. Then like everybody is like, tune in next week to find out what happens.
Yeah. If we ran Horse Girls like Arcane runs Arcane episodes, it would have made sense to stop.
Okay. I'm going to tell you what happened in the first half of the first book, which was called Ambition, by the way. Jules Thornton is working at her barn with her working student, Becky. Only Becky has been kind of shitty lately, and her student, Lacey, thinks that Becky is the worst and wants to be her working student. And there's a crazy lady who wants to put her horse at Jules' stable, and Jules wins an intermediate event, and there was like another event that she didn't finish. This is hot down in Florida. And then she didn't get a grant because Pete Morrison, he's like eventing royalty and rich and doesn't need a grant. He won the grant. But anyway, the crazy lady is co-owners of this awesome horse, Mickey, or full name Danger Mouse, which is way cooler than Mickey. This is Danger Mouse. That's awesome. Then Mickey flips out at an event, and Becky, did I mention that shitty Becky went to go work for Pete Davidson? Went to go work for Pete Morrison. Anyway, Becky gets into a fight with Lacey, and that's embarrassing. But then Mickey, like I said, was freaking out, and that's even more embarrassing. And then a hurricane rolls in, and Jules is all, it's just a Florida storm. It's fine. I'm from Florida. I don't care about storms, which is like the most honest that any character's ever been written before. But it's a way worse storm. And then so we go hide in the barn because it's got a steel door. But then the roof is coming off during the storm, and the horses are outside. And Jules is like, I don't know if I should have left them outside. Probably not. If your roof is coming off your house. But then what would you have done? Put them inside the house? I don't know. Your house is coming down at that point. And then we're caught right in the calm of the eye of the storm when Pete drives up. That was my chaotic. I think I left out part that like the crazy lady's co-owner with like this really famous lady. I tried to write that down, but then I think my hand went faster, or my brain went faster than my hand. But like this really famous horse lady who it would be like a really big deal if Jules took care of the horse, and then they kind of don't take care of the horse because the horse rips its face off. Like when it's first at the kind of rips its face off. It doesn't really rip its face off. It like cuts itself, but then
It tears
comes
a
with it.
full section.
Yeah, on like the stall wall, which I guess isn't great because I don't know why you have holes in your stall walls. Seems like you shouldn't do that, but maybe people do that. Maybe that's a regular thing, but they probably aren't like sharp where they can cut their faces off.
I had a horse 3 separate times tear his face entirely open in 3 completely different locations. And they were all like on his face, they were all V-shaped, and we don't know all of what he did it on. The first time we're like, oh, a nail, something came loose in the stall that like we just couldn't find. The second time we're like, you were fucking outside, dude. And the third time we're just against a flat wall. So that's my story. Anything can happen anywhere at any time. Horses are terrible. They just want to get injured and then have stomach aches and die. And all you can do as a horse owner is to try to make them stop having stomach aches and killing themselves. And that's horses.
Fun.
That's horses.
So what'd you think of this book? My recap was a bit of a train wreck. This book was actually really good. Don't judge the book by my recap. I was going a million different places in my recap, and I realized that after I read it out loud that I was like, this was too many thoughts at once, trying to write them all down.
But I think
There's a
that
lot going on.
yeah.
Sorry, Jenna. I'm interrupting. I'm assuming you're still
No.
Laffy
I was
Taffy.
going to say, I think that that's because there was a lot going on.
Yeah.
And then you said it, and then it was like, yeah.
I think you should say it louder
No.
and then present it as your own idea.
I mean, I could do that. That's fine.
These were some of the angriest messages that I got was, why did you pick right here to stop reading? And I was like, because I counted the pages, and then I divided them by 2, and then I said here.
I still don't believe your math.
I can get the book.
I am just
And we
saying.
can check. Hold on, we'll check my math.
Okay, I'll
Hang
show
on.
you on Kindle the stats it gives me. This is a fight. Now we're in a fight.
I like it. Battle.
Battle Royale. Oh, that's Gideon the Ninth. That's not going to help me. I see why Tim picked this spot.
So this book is 300.
Uh-huh.
And 55 pages, no, 353 pages long.
Uh-huh.
Right? So half of that would be 175,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
So what I did was I went back to 175,
Yeah.
right?
Sure.
And that is not on a chapter break. So I found the nearest chapter break,
Which is page what?
178, which is the end of chapter 19.
For me, it's page 253 of 361. Am I missing part of the story? Did you guys get bonuses?
Maybe we did.
Hey, you want to know what's neat too?
What?
Chapter 19 in the written book is not where we ended in the audiobook.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
What the heck?
Her jumping must be incredible, I told Dynamo, and a girl leaning against the tree looked up. It is, Becky said.
So you
That's
ended
where
at the
19
event?
No, that's where the book ends, chapter 19.
Oh, thank goodness.
This is why
I
it's
was about
all
to say,
off.
this is really going to get awkward.
There were headlights in the parking lot, and then I saw Peter Morrison waving a flashlight and looking frantic.
Yeah, that's where I ended.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the end of chapter 25 in the book.
Well, okay. So what we're saying is that we all did a media other than the book, and that if we did the math on that, on where we ended.
It's at page 252.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did a very, very large chunk of this book. Why?
69%.
Like, it even does the thing where it audibly reads the chapter breaks. Like, I don't...
But it was republished, right?
It has yet to be republished. Maybe the audiobook has already been republished, but that's why I had to get these versions of the book.
And I could
So
only,
maybe that audiobook, maybe your Kindle version is the new version.
Maybe. There's something strange afoot.
There is something strange. It has to do with that, right? It has to be that. It has to be the re-release of the story.
It must be.
It must be. But anyway, so we stopped at a weird spot to stop. We stopped like 3/4 of the way through the book.
It's not It was like the worst possible part to stop. Not like you picked poorly, but like, how the fuck could you do that to me?
Yeah, so when I said we're right in the eye of the storm, like that's literally the part where we stopped reading.
Yeah.
Like this tremendous hurricane is blowing through and it calms down for a second and Pete shows up.
They are drunk. They are alone with just the two of them. The horses gone. Their cars crushed by a roof. Pete Morrison shows up and Tim's like, this is where you guys stop reading.
But I think that's a good sign of how good of a book it is when people are literally one step from threatening you with physical violence because you've stopped them from reading further in the book. I think that says a lot for Natalie K. Reinert, who wrote this book.
It's a really good book. And
It is good.
I continue to like Jules quite a lot, despite her being a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
I keep not wanting to like her.
Yes. I keep not wanting to like her.
I'm like, you are a little shit, and you're gonna learn some hard fucking lessons. But man,
She's different than Amy was, though.
A lot different.
Yeah.
I mean, things are still all about Jules.
Yeah,
That's
but
true.
I think she's trying to force it that way, though. Like consciously, she's trying to be like, I only want to do what I want to do, and I don't want to deal with anybody else. I don't have time for anybody else. So it's just, we're going to do what I want to do. Whereas Amy was like the subconscious, it's all about me.
Yeah.
Like if you asked Amy if it was all about her, she'd be like, no.
She'd be like,
even
it's
though it
about the
was.
horses and it's about
Yeah.
family.
But then if you ask Jules, they're all racing 1/4 mile at a time. If you ask Jules would be like, it's about the horses, and then it's about me and what I want to do and all my goals. And I'll be like, is it about the horses? But Becky does kind of suck.
Oh, Becky sucks so
Becky's
bad.
the worst.
Yeah, it was like, even when she like came to check on him, she was still shitty while checking on him.
Even when she wasn't being actively shitty, she felt smarmy.
Yeah.
Yes. I like Lacey. Was that her name?
Yeah.
Lacey?
Yeah.
That was her name, right? I'm not getting names confused, am I? But it's a good book series. This is like, we're off to a good start with probably my favorite Horse Girl series so far. I don't know. We'll see how many moms die in this hurricane.
Jesus.
I mean, are they really going to give us a total count?
I mean, probably not. And like Jules's mom lives somewhere else and was telling her to leave. So I forget where they live, Pennsylvania or something.
Not
Who
Jules's
knows?
mom.
No.
Lacey's mom lives in
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
that's right. Lacey's mom lives in Pennsylvania.
Jules' mom lives in Florida. You just know, that Pete told Becky, I have to deal with the horses. You go get them and bring them here. And then when Becky showed up without the other two, he was like, I told you to bring them here.
Yeah. And then she'd be like, that was not in the job description. And Becky would technically be correct.
Fair.
Jules wouldn't have left though.
No, probably not. Now that she's drunk and the roof is gone, the stakes are different.
I'm very conflicted on that, by the way.
Which
Like-
part?
The horses outside versus horses inside during
Outside.
a hurricane.
Outside.
Yeah?
Yeah. All day.
What happens if they get hit by a swirling tree?
They will be able to dodge a tree if they are outside. They will not be able to dodge the tree or the roof if they are inside.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, again, like every other animal on the planet except for humans, like when tsunamis and shit are coming, they kind of know where to go. Same thing with a fire. If there's like a wildfire, you let them go.
Yeah? I don't know. That just seems like counterintuitive, right? Because like the last place I'd want my dogs is outside during a hurricane, right? Like it just seems like inside would be safer. But then like, just like you said, I mean, the roof's coming off. It's not really.
If you can get your dog into like the basement bathroom or whatever, like whatever they recommend, that's one thing. But like getting your horse in there, they'd break shit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they can't go in like the house.
Also, like, our dogs couldn't be outside during any sort of non-sunny day weather. So it's different. We have one that will
Furiosa.
not walk out the door if it's
No.
anything less than 60 and sun shining.
Yeah. It's just like, it's not raining. It has rained. And we're like, Furiosa, you need to go outside. And she just looks at us and she's like, no, that deck is wet. I am not walking out there.
These paws do not see moisture. Thank you.
Yeah.
Can I tell you what my dog did today?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a total aside. I'm sorry. So I took them on a walk because I needed them to be quiet for an amount of time. And it's been raining here and snowing and it's wet and gross. And all of them did walk through mud. And I got home and I cleaned their paws as best I could. And then I let Kaylee in the house and she ran for the bed and she jumped on the bed. And there were perfect paw prints on the pillows.
No. She's like, Mom, I made art.
I was like, are you serious right now? You're serious right now. And then I had to like put them back outside, mop up the house, start washing the bedding. And I was like, why? And then Sky too. She ran in and she started running across the basement with muddy paws when I wanted her to go outside. I went, no, 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 no. And so she went, oh, it's chasing time. So she ran faster and launched herself. And I was like, I hate this.
Oh my goodness.
Also, I think it's shitty that Jules hates Pete.
Yeah, I don't think she does though.
Well, he never did anything, and she makes all these judgments about him.
Okay, yeah. So a couple things. This is how I know that Jules is too young and inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because she thinks that people that are born into families that are good at eventing have money. They are broke as shit, all of them. Every single one. Not a single one has money, Jules. Like, what are you saying? They might get good horses. They have syndicates. Those aren't their horses. Like, what are you even doing? People that have money don't ride because then they'd spend their money on hospital bills. It's stupid.
I think that Pete's got money, though.
No, he doesn't.
I don't think he does.
Yeah, but I don't think he's broke. Like, his farm's too nice to be
I think
broke.
that the horses
right?
pay for a good bit of that, but not like his personal anything.
He just keeps carrying debts forward is
Yeah.
what it is until he dies.
Yeah, especially since like his grandpa was an inventor, and I'm assuming that his dad was too.
Screwed.
Generational debt.
That guy has to ride 15 horses at a show to break even.
But his farm was so nice. He's got to have something.
Because back when it was 1910, farms cost $20 and like a fucking apple.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't, that upkeep and stuff.
Yeah, that's why
And
he's
got, like,
broke.
people working for him.
They're not being paid. They're unpaid interns, basically. The whole industry is a sham to him.
Working student. You're getting paid in lessons.
And a stall, maybe.
Maybe.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I know he says that he doesn't have it as easy as she says, but I don't think any human being has it as easy as she thinks that Pete has
This is
it.
just, no
Pete
human
just goes
being
out back.
has it as
Yeah,
easy
he
as
rides
she
horses
thinks.
and then he goes swims in his money bin.
Yeah. And then
And
he
I'm like, well, I don't
jumps
know
in
if
his
it's like
helicopter
that.
and goes to the Hamptons.
Yeah. I like the vet. Also, the vet is fun.
I love her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Constantly matchmaking, trying to make this Pete thing happen, which it sounds like it's gonna, right? Like that's what we're working towards, right?
It better.
It better.
Yeah. And then hopefully Becky will not suck after a while.
See, I think Pete and Becky are going to date for a minute and it's going to make it worse.
Ooh, I hope not.
Okay.
I would hate that. I would hate that so much.
Yeah, but how long is Pete supposed to keep trying? Pete's been shot down like literally 14 times.
Yeah. In just this first 69% of the book.
Was Pete in the prequel or was that a different guy?
Different guy.
That was a different guy.
Different
Yeah,
guy.
that was a different guy.
There was rodeo guy who lives next
Yeah.
door with the cows. And then there was who is the
Eventing
other
guy.
I don't think that
I don't remember
was
his
he an
name.
inventor?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I think
he
he
was
was an
the
inventor.
student of that one guy, and he was doing the course walk with him.
Right. At the Twinkle Sparkle Twilight show. Yeah.
Yep,
Something like that.
something
but
like that.
yeah. But it wasn't Pete.
No, okay. That's what I was trying to remember if it was Pete or not. But that guy got shot down like 14 times too.
I know.
And he isn't even Pete.
And
And he quit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Pete seems super fucking cool, and also like, I genuinely do not understand Jules's approach to this, like her reason for continuing to say no is that like you can't have two experts in one relationship. And I'm like, bitch, yes, you can actually.
Yeah.
And she's like going through all the things. Well, have you tried this? Blah, 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 in her head. And it's like, you want that person. You want that person because they might say the thing that you haven't tried.
But isn't that bonkers? The idea of basically like shutting someone out because of what they do in a conversation that you have in your head.
Yeah,
Yes.
but it's the immaturity of the 18-year-old that she is, because if she doesn't get
Right.
the echo chamber, then she's wrong, and she can't stand being wrong because she's immature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stupid 18-year-olds.
So what you're planning on seeing is growth. That's what you're thinking. You're
I
gonna get out of
hope
this.
that
Better
once we
be
finish
growth.
10 books, there's no growth. She's the exact same.
Bonkers. It's like everybody else grows around her, but she's just the same character throughout the entire series.
That's just my
love that.
biography.
No growth.
Never getting any better. Just same person always. But I'm excited to start. Like I'm going to start reading this as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Oh
same.
I
yeah,
have
we
to-
get off this call. I'm hitting play.
I can't. I'm on the hook for the next like 2 recaps for Animorphs Anonymous. So I've got to get through that first.
Sucks to suck.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Yeah, I have to
just-
read that book too, but you know what? Maybe I'll read them all.
Come on. There's only like what, 21% left? You're fine. You can do this.
Right. There's like so little left of this
That's true.
book.
Maybe my recap will be more coherent next time. Because it's only 21% that I have to, or 31%.
Oh, that's right.
There's-
Yeah, I
There's
mathed
probably
so
some
bad.
at the end. No, I assume that you just took some off for like one dramatic effect to make it funnier, but then 2, like there's gonna be like, you know, on the next time on the eventing series, you'll have like, here's the chapter 1 of the next book.
I wish I thought of myself the way that you think of me.
But I am really excited. I like it. It's a really good book series.
I can't. Alex is over
Can't
there
get
losing
over
it.
What happened? What did I miss?
I don't
It's just Jenna saying, I wish I thought of me the way you thought of me. It just got me. I don't know. It just got me at the right moment. Come on, Tim, carry the team.
It's horse news time. I can't do this one.
Shit.
Hey, Alex, what do you have for horse news?
Great question, Tim. Guess what?
Oh, God, it's going to be terrible, and she's going to laugh all the way through it. This is.
It's not like the worst thing to laugh through, but it's a bit chaotic and very emotional. That's right. America's oldest harness racing racetrack has shut down after 171 years in business.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Where's that at?
Freehold, New Jersey, the Freehold Raceway. Yeah, it shut down. And then it was just an interview with person after person about how like they grew up there and their childhood was there and they raced there, and now it's all gone.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't remember the last time I saw, heard, basically interacted at all with any harness racing stuff.
Yeah. I was going to ask why it shut down, but that's probably, that you just kind
Yeah.
of.
Well, it was taken over by new owners who mismanaged it. I guess they were casino people, and so they were trying to really like ramp up, I guess, like the gambling aspect of it, and that didn't go over well. So like it just got mismanaged into like complete and utter bankruptcy, and so then they had to shut it down. And like a lot of these people were like, hey, if they had just like done this slightly differently, the racetrack would have been fine. It would have like sustained itself. So yeah.
Heck dang.
Yeah. You know,
You ever been to any harness races?
not physically. I've like watched harness racing before, and you can bet
Like on TV?
Yeah. And like you can bet on it in like off track betting and stuff, but I've not gone to like the physical racetrack before.
I just like to imagine that when Alex said not physically like that, she meant like she astral projected to one.
On the celestial plane, I've been to every harness racetrack.
Yeah. In all times.
I was there when this racetrack opened 171 years ago.
That's how I'm going to answer that question. You ever been, not physically, my body remained while I went.
You really had to put the vocal fry on it to sell it as you were metaphysically there. Not physically.
We should try and find a harness race and go.
Well, it's getting harder every day, Tim.
Yeah, I know. That's what it sounds like. I think there's escape rooms we want to do in New Jersey, too. We could have rolled this all into one trip, and now it's ruined.
It. New Jersey, just out here ruining everything.
I'm hoping, I'm hoping, in 2 weeks, the horse news is going to be, hey, somebody bought the harness racing track and is kicking it back up again.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, then we could go there.
That's what I'm hoping for. It does seem like it'd be cool to watch.
Do you guys know where
Dangerous.
Hawkinsville is?
Isn't that where Stranger Things? No, Hawkinsville what?
Georgia.
No, did they have harness racing in Hawkinsville, Georgia?
They
Okay.
do. Seems very small, but we can keep looking.
Let me see if I can find somebody that we can talk to that does harness racing.
I bet we can. I bet we might have
too.
connections.
This guy in 1922 bought this entire harness racing park for $64,000.
How big is a harness racing park?
I can only tell you in money until I read further into this article.
How many hectares is that harness racing park?
He bought it for $64,1922.
It was 30 hectares or 74 acres.
It can seat 33,297 people or 984 horses. I did not or, and they can.
Now it's $525,600.
Well, you'd think that, but it's actually
Is that the rent?
$968,000. It's insane. It's just insane.
How much is it?
If you adjusted for inflation, it would be more than $968,000 in today's money.
Did my rent joke get through?
Yeah, it was very good.
It's
Okay, good.
1,084,600 minutes worth of racetrack.
Is it millions?
I don't
In the
know.
Rent song? I don't think they get to millions, do they?
No.
I've never
it was the
learned how
number
many
that I said.
seconds.
Yeah.
I just have to do my best every time and say it in a cadence that makes people know what I'm talking about.
It's people like you are the reason that I can never remember what the actual number from that song is.
People like me are the reason I can't remember what the actual number for
I
this
just
song
told
is.
you what the actual number is.
And I still don't know it. You said it, and it went in one ear, and then it's gone.
But it's still in there. You can find it.
It's 525,600.
Well, there
Minutes.
you go, Tim.
I only know it because Jenna just said it. And she said it in a way that made me think of rent, not because it was the right number. That's why I thought it was my rent joke. It wasn't my rent joke. I just stole Jenna's rent joke.
I don't know what I'm doing here anymore.
I know what you're doing. A horse quiz.
Oh, she's doing the horse quiz this time? Fuck yeah. I'm going to sit back.
No, she's answering. She's doing the answering part.
Everybody, what is the owl whose Latin name is Bubbo virginianus? Do not go to Google.
One of us has been possessed by an owl.
Eastern screech owl.
Thank you, Alex. No, it's the tiny one. What's the littlest elf owl? It's an elf owl.
No, it's neither of those.
It's a great horned owl.
Yeah, it's that one.
Nice.
There's like only
Is it
so
really?
many owls, yeah, that we could. There's like 5 answers.
I don't know Latin names.
I mostly don't either.
Good. That makes me happy. Well, not happy. Makes me feel better about myself.
I usually just make up stuff and say it's Latin.
I know some Latin names for mollusks, like Uniomeris tetralasmus, which is the unicorn mollusk. But that's because I databased them. I don't know most Latin names.
Yeah.
Casey does. She took Latin in high school. It didn't take. She still speaks English every day.
Are you guys ready for a horse quiz?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Horse number 1 is a toy horse that was a part of Al's collection, which had been in storage for several years.
Owl?
Roker.
Is it Toy Story? Was there a hoist?
There is.
Yeah.
I think it was Buckeye.
Was it a hoist?
Was it Buckeye? Was that the one in Toy Story?
Not quite.
Bullseye?
Cliff Clavin.
What?
Was
Bullseye?
like Springy Dog.
Yeah,
Bullseye?
Alex.
I knew it. I knew that it was in there somewhere.
I did not. I would not have gotten that one.
What? Really?
Yeah, I couldn't. I was trying to think of
But it's a hoist
characters
in
and all
Toy
I could
Story.
get.
It is the
All I
hoist
got
in
was
Toy Story.
Cliff Clavin was the Springy Dog.
I feel like Toy Story was not of your time.
Did you say he was the
What?
springy dog?
Yeah, wasn't he the Springy
was the
Dog?
piggy
Or was he
bank.
the pig?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Who was the Springy Dog? I don't
God
remember.
dang
It doesn't
it.
matter. Yeah, it doesn't. It super doesn't matter.
It does.
Slinky Dog? Just Slinky Dog. That's his whole name.
Yeah, but who played him?
Slinky Dog. Wouldn't it be great if it was Snoop
It's
Dogg?
Jim Varney.
God.
Wasn't it? Didn't he play the Slinky Dog?
It might have been Jim Varney.
Wasn't Slinky Dog like one of his last roles?
I think so. now that
He
you say that.
died?
Jim Varney's
he's
been
Ernest.
dead for quite a while.
I don't even know who that is. So
You never saw Ernest Goes to Camp or Ernest Goes to Jail?
No, dude.
Ernest Saves Christmas?
Ernest
dog.
Saves Christmas was one of my favorite movies
Yeah.
in the entire
Jim
world
Varney.
as a kid.
He did commercials too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the commercials were for now. But
So
he
effective.
played this like dumb redneck character for like kids shows. But he was like a really, really well trained like Juilliard schooled actor.
So like kind of how Alan Tudyk plays chickens.
Yes,
Yes.
that's exactly like
yes, actually
that.
very
Yeah.
similar. But except Alan Tudyk gets to play other stuff. Ernest didn't really. He did like guest spots on TV shows.
No,
but
I mean he did
didn't
a
played
lot
a
of
Slinky
other
Dog.
stuff.
Did he do a lot of other stuff? I remember seeing him occasionally in things, but never. It seemed like Ernest was the thing. Yeah, he did get to do Slinky Dog, so that was there. Watch it. She's going to pull it up, and there's going to be like 900 credits, and I'm going to feel like an asshole but
We only know what we know.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to look at it tonight.
yeah.
I mean, I will
Yeah.
look at it tonight, but I'm not going to look at it right now.
Okay.
All right. You ready for horse number 2?
Yes.
Well, horse number 2 is a self-centered, action-loving stallion who serves as a major character in a 2004 Disney animated feature film.
Spirit.
Nope.
2004.
Spirit is not
What's the-
self-centered.
When he's a baby, he is.
Well, we're all self-centered when we're babies.
Yeah. Was it the Rapunzel one? The white one? That feels like the appropriate time, and he feels like he was a sassy
think
horse.
We've done that.
I
one
think we
before,
have done
haven't
that one before, haven't we?
I was
We
thinking
did that
of
with
like
Steve or something.
Hercules.
Hercules. That was not 2004. That was like 90s.
Was it
Yeah. At least the first one.
Okay.
And that's a Pegasus.
Rapunzel?
Yeah, but I think you're right.
We
I think
can
we've done
stick
that
with-
one before.
I don't know. We'll stick with it. Was it like if we've done it before, we should be able to work it out then.
Yeah, but it also wouldn't be on the quiz if we've done it before. Don't even say it, Tim. I know you're thinking it. It wouldn't even be on the quiz, Tim. I'm doubling down. It's like Blanco or something.
Blanco is a good guess. I was thinking like rodeo.
Rodeo, the horse.
Rodeo. I think it starts with an R.
Remington.
Radar?
Rembrandt.
Radar Riley.
No, it was like a god's name, wasn't it?
Raw.
Aries.
Oh, now we're moving on. Okay, from R. I see.
Yeah, I've given up on R because I don't know that I'm right.
2004.
Achilles? Was that one?
That was
Or
from
that was
from Hunchback of Notre Dame. So
Oh,
he did
is that
the
what it was?
Achilles
Okay.
heel joke.
Yeah.
See, I've learned from the quizzes. I've learned from my mistakes.
Rio?
Could be Rio. I feel like that's the lizard that Johnny Depp played.
Yeah, that might be true.
Why are you saying things that I know? You're really making it sound like I know anything. And like you've just hit the specific knowledges that I may or may not have some knowledge of.
Don't know for sure what the lizard that Johnny Depp's
I'm pretty
played.
sure it was Rio.
It might have been
I think
Rio,
it was
and
in
so
the
I'm gonna
title.
go with it that
And it might have been Randall.
you're right.
But that's also Monsters Inc. Okay. Can I have more knowledge of this horse.
Yes. Yes, you can. This horse is Sheriff Sam Brown's impetuous and egotistical horse who is always hungry for action and adventure in the town.
I know less than I did before.
Sheriff Sam Brown.
Who is Sheriff
What?
Sam Brown?
Okay, 2004 Disney movie had a sheriff.
So I would have
'Cause
been in high school.
Yeah, I would have just graduated college a couple years before this. Okay, small town America.
Well, maybe he's a big city sheriff with a horse.
You think we're thinking cowboy times?
I don't know. Does this feel like The Patriot to you?
I mean, maybe?
Okay. Why does his horse crave adventure?
Because it's a small town.
Well, he's not going to find adventure in the small town.
You know what it is? I bet he lives in Green Hill and he's tired of being the sheriff of Green Hill, so he wants to go be a beat cop in San Francisco so that he can truly make a difference in people's lives.
This is not Sonic 2. Sonic or Sonic 2.
That's Sonic 1, by the way.
I know.
Sonic 2, they
Could
were in
tell.
Listen,
Hawaii.
when you watch them both in the same day, it just blends together.
I could tell it wasn't Sonic because at no point did anyone mention Cyclops was in it.
That was the exact character whose story I was giving you. Was
Well,
James
you didn't
Marsden's
say
character in Sonic.
it was Cyclops.
I did make a joke about him being leader of the X-Men while we were watching the movie.
Yep.
Sheriff Sam Brown would have a horse named Silver or something along those lines.
Yeah. Or
Like something like horse.
Trigger, quick draw,
Yeah.
Gunsmoke.
I need another clue.
He's best friends with Rusty, the sheriff's dog, and they both seem to enjoy playing tic-tac-toe together.
What on earth movie is this? Okay, what's a 2004 Disney movie? Let's start there.
What is a Disney movie? Let's start there.
Was The Emperor's New Groove a Disney movie?
I think so.
Was Sheriff
There's a dog.
Sam Brown? So it's got to be small town.
What's the one where
Like
pets
Old
can
West.
talk? It came out at the same time as Boss Baby. I think it's just called Pets now that I'm thinking about it.
The Secret Life of Pets?
Yeah, there you go.
Is that one?
There you go. That's the one. That's way later. But
Yeah.
why his dog's name was Rusty? Maybe his horse's name was Tarnished.
His horse's name was Mickey?
Nope.
Danger Mouse.
Yeah, Dynamo. Okay, I another clue or Google? I'm out. I don't know
No,
this.
name association, Tim.
Oh, name association. Okay.
You want me to tell you the name of this movie?
Would it help?
I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, tell us the name of the movie.
The movie is Home on the Range.
Oh, no, sure doesn't.
Oh, were Mary Kate and Ashley in it?
No? Question mark? No, it's an animated movie.
On the Range. No, I don't know it.
Okay.
I don't know it.
So then
Word association.
okay. All right. Horses sometimes do this.
Canter,
Nope.
trot, gallop.
Snort. Winnie.
Nope.
Buck.
Yeah, Tim.
Oh, okay.
Hey.
That's a name for a deer, but all right.
It's a
That was
name
gonna
for
be
a
my next-
spaceman.
Hint.
I thought you were just like, the next time I get a deer, that's what I was going to name him. You
Yeah.
called it.
Yep. Next
I'll
time.
name mine Buck Roger.
Fuck. We gotta get a deer. What's your deer's name? Roger.
His name is Gil Gerard.
I would have to introduce him to Gil Gerard. I mean, that's the only you gotta at that point.
Yeah. Gil Gerard, meet Gil Gerard.
All right, are you ready for the third one?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Was the robot's name Twiggy? Is that right? Was it Twiggy?
Who's Robot?
Buck Rogers.
I think so. Man, my brain is not working tonight.
No, I'm not allowed to Google. I was about to
You're
Google
not.
it.
You're
Okay.
currently unallowed. All right, horse number 3 is an animated cartoon character by Eworks, whatever his name is. I can't ever remember how to pronounce it. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm doing a bad name or a bad job in name pronunciation. I always do, and I'm sorry. Please tell me how to pronounce it, and I will always say it correctly thereafter. Anyway, and Walt Disney.
Did you tell us a year in there? No, I don't think so, right?
No.
I didn't, but if you want me to keep going, it will have a year.
Yeah, do it.
All right, making his screen debut in The Plowboy on June 28th, 1929, this horse is an anthropomorphic horse characterized as a boastful ham with a penchant for attention and showboating.
I feel like this is that old horse that's animated in like the Steamboat Willie style.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I can tell you about that horse.
Is that it's not Oswald?
It could be Oswald.
Oswald is my favorite Disney character, by the way. Just throwing that out there. Horse Lucky. It's gonna be something like that, right? Lucky.
Again, Lucky, Gunsmoke,
Trigger.
Buck,
Silver.
Trigger. Fucking any one of those.
Willie. Was he the
Land Boat
Steamboat
Willie.
He lives by the upward.
How dare you?
Okay. No, I'm gonna need more clue.
Well, okay. I'm going to try and direct you in this like naming convention thinking. So the way that they named those old characters was like Mickey Mouse, Clarabelle Cow.
Harry Horse.
No.
Harvey Horse.
Is
This one only
horse the correct
technically
modifier?
This one only technically has the word horse in there as part of the second word.
Henry Horseman.
I like draft horse. Workhorse. Wally the workhorse. Plow horse.
I mean, at least we know it has horse, because I was like, well, is it like pony or something? But no, it's horse. But it has to be a... You're right, like workhorse. Land horse.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
Water
land horse. He's a Kelpie.
He's a Kelpie. Surprise. If he's the one I'm thinking of, he's not a draft horse.
How can you tell?
If he's
Racehorse?
the one I'm thinking of, because he's
Racehorse?
got twiggy little legs. Like Rodney Racehorse.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I like Rodney Racehorse. I like Racehorse because I feel like there's a lot of like
Danger Mouse
fast
horse.
names that start with R. I don't know why I'm saying. I mean, rapid, I guess. Rapid Racehorse. Really fast horse. I got a fast horse. I don't know. Roger Racehorse.
Cart horse.
What if it's
workhorse?
a name joke and it's something horse cart because they put the horse before the cart?
That's pretty funny. And I wish that it was that. And they
Wait,
should have really
hold on.
thought about it before they named it what they named it.
Except the horse does go before the cart.
Cart. Yeah, and in the word it does. But you have to switch it to make the joke, Tim.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I'm like, so they fixed it?
They
Is
fixed
that what you're
it.
saying?
They fixed it in post. They fixed the horse cart in post.
Be Charlie Cart Horse.
Sawhorse.
Would you like to play a game?
I know my next tattoo.
Jigsaw horse?
I know my next tattoo. It's this horse, but it's Jigsaw.
The sawhorse. That's pretty good.
I'm gonna make you seen horse by the end of this. I enjoyed that joke. I don't know anything about this horse.
I was scrolling through Facebook the other day and I saw someone had a sign at an AEW event and it was Sting of the Hill. And it was Sting Hill, but he had the Sting face paint and it had a tiny Darby Allin as what's the kid's name? I forget
Bobby.
the kid's name. Bobby, yeah. And he had the little Darby Allin face paint and it was really fucking funny. I don't know, man. You're gonna have to help us out with this naming convention
The
thing a little bit.
second part of this horse's name is derived from the piece of equipment that he is often depicted as wearing.
Harness horse?
Or plow horse.
Yoke horse?
Yoked horse. Johan
Johan
Joktors.
That term is also often used in football.
Tim, what's the thing where you grab
it's
the...
a horse collar.
There you go.
There's a collar horse.
What?
Or is he a horse? He's a collar horse. It's not Henry Horse Collar.
Holden the collar horse.
It's not Henry Horse Collar, no.
It's Harry Horse Collar. Harvey.
Nope.
Harold.
Nope.
What's another H?
Well, I'm not going to help you because I thought Jorge, and that's a J.
Jesus Horse Collar.
Jesus horse collar.
Your course. Johan, your
Johan
course.
Joktors. I still think that's the character we should have had.
That's the one we deserve.
It truly is.
Harvey Dent Horse.
Henley. Harrison.
Horse Collar. Horse Collar.
Holbert.
Oh. Is it like Horse Collar?
Hogs.
Or is it the name and then Horse Collar? Is it Horse Collar Hank or Hank Horse Collar?
Herbert. Huey. Honest Abe. Hortus Abe. Is it really an H1 or did we just get on this tangent on our own?
Do you really want me to answer the question?
Kinda.
You're on the right track.
Hillary Horse Collar.
I see the patriarchy kept us down until this moment.
Yes.
Heinz ketchup. Horseman.
Hubert Horse Collar.
So you're in the right, like
Humphrey Horse Collar.
I'll say that you're in the right, like, sort of decade-ish of H names.
Humphreys.
Like really old dude name.
We got Herbert. We tried
Hubert and we tried Humphrey.
And we tried
you know what? Say the word horse, like adding syllables in, kind of like Austin would do it.
Horse the horse collar. Horse collar.
Yes.
Horse
Good
collar
job.
Horace.
No, go back.
Horse collar doesn't make any sense.
No.
This is a dumb name.
No. I don't think of that as an old name either, because I think the only reference point I have for it is from Harry Potter.
Egypt?
I guess that too. But that's like older than the 1940s. If I had to guess.
The oldest of names.
It is older, but then also Harry Potter. Those are the two reference points I have for that name being used.
I don't remember a horse in Harry Potter. I don't remember who that was.
Slughorn? Or Slughorn? Was that not?
You could say that. They all had weird fucking bug names.
Yeah, they all had weird fucking names.
Yeah. Humphrey Horse Collar.
What?
No,
nope.
Humphrey.
Horace.
I just said Horse Collar.
Horace Horse Collar. Horse Collar. It's going real Irish and not real Southern.
Johan Joktors.
I think that's way better.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You know who has better names than Horse Collar?
I mean, clearly us, based on the ones we came up with.
Also the metal horses in the barn.
Would you like me to say the metal horses in the barn?
Yes, please.
All right, I will do this. I am Johan Joktors, and I will read to you the metal horses in the barn. We have the three that we named: Moose Jaw McGraw, Big Thick Martingale, Beta Ray Philly, which are all better than Horace.
Yes.
Already Horse Collar. There we go. But also, we have Hot Lava SpaghettiOs, which Nate named, and I would say that is also better. And also Iron Meriden, which Philip D. Keating named, which is Stevie Lake's boyfriend. Again, also better. Day Old Donuts the Third from Anonymous Steve, who I've never doxed. Definitely better. Dime Bag from Matt Ellman. 1,000 times better. Marital Combat from Metastrophe. That's like 1,000,000 times better. Glue Factory from Bean, and that's one full anvil worth of metal forging better. Pony Hawk from Olivia, who got a metal name and name 18 bajillion times better times the root of 69. I don't know. The second L from Lost Imey. It is worse. It is worse. His name is worse than Horace Horsecollar. I hope you're ashamed of yourself. I'm ashamed of you for you. And Ronnie from Scott. Those are the names I have. And this brings our podcast to an end, similarly to the way that we should have ended Horace Horsecollar with our excellent Yoked Johann joke, because it's way freaking better. Thank you for listening to Horse Girls. If you want to know when new episodes are posted or share your observations of this positively academic podcast, follow us on Facebook at Horse Girls Podcast, Twitter and Instagram at Horse Girls Cast. If you want to buy some radical shirts and things, visit duckduckjenna.com, America's most beloved search engine, to search for one thing, and that's Horse Girls merch. Do you want to submit your cool name? Like, honestly, your name is probably going to be better than that one. Do you want to submit it to us? Do it. SingleThoughtConnection.com, THOT. Do you want to take our relationship to the next level? You know you do. Become a part of our barn there. Go to horsegirls.club or go to patreon.com/horsegirls. You can have a veritable plethora of things to, like, content, but more importantly, Horses in the Barn, where you can get your name submission in, and I will rate it for you against specifically Horace Horsecollar. If you want to find us on other podcasts, you can. We do them. If you like TTRPGs, check out Dungeons and Drakenbeams, Late Starters, Dragon Knight Adventure Friends. Night as in the time that you should be sleeping, but you're awake scrolling on your phone forever, infinitely into the night, and not like the one that fights with a sword. If you like Animorphs, check out Animorphs Anonymous. Surprise, we also do Surprise Deck Book Club. If you are betwitched by Jenna, check out Jenna's Twitch at twitch.tv/JennaChill with one singular L. And if you put the second L in there, I will take it. I will put it in a long line of L's that I have, that I've collected over the years from when people shouldn't be putting the second L's into anything but Google. And I will take that bin and I will put it in a box and I will ship it to myself. And then I will get that box and I will smash it with a hammer when it arrives on my doorstep. Tim would get that if he'd ever seen The Emperor's New Groove. Oh, that's right. He has seen The Emperor's New Groove. And if you want to hear Tim's beautiful Appalachian voice, he's voice acted on such things as The Way We Hunt Now. And if you think our episode art is hella cute, it is. And that's because it was created by Casey D, who writes and illustrates a webcomic called B-Side You, which you can read for free at bsideyoucomic.com. May the nuts ever stick to your roof.